burn of the Centaur upper stage, which occurs roughly 27 minutes after liftoff.
For additional real-time mission coverage, follow along with our live blog at ulalaunch.com. And if you enjoy watching our live broadcasts, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for access to future missions, launch highlights, and behind-the-scenes rocket content.
At this time, the team is proceeding towards a 10:24 p.m. liftoff.
As we continue counting down towards liftoff, let's hear directly from Viasat about this mission and what this high-capacity, highly flexible communication satellite is anticipated to mean for its commercial, consumer, and defense customers, on land, at sea, and in the air.
One spot. No matter what the platform is, we've got our Amara product in commercial aviation. We've got JetXP in business aviation.
It's a really important upgrade opportunity and transition path to bring even greater capacity, building on the managed, highly reliable service that Nexus Wave presents.
All of these requirements are why we built Viasat 3 the way we did. For government, that's increasing the resiliency and the reliability for our users.
Today's launch and the Viasat 3 technology on board pave the way for our upcoming launches, for the future of Viasat satellite technology, and for our mission to deliver more.
Just as important to Viasat is the ability to scale the basic Viasat 3 technology, as well as the improvements we're already making to it for the next generation of satellites, both at GEO and at LEO and all orbits in between.
Thanks to all our partners that have made it possible. Thanks again to all the employees everywhere around the world that have put in just the incredible dedication to get us here.
We do have an update. The Atlas launch team is working a technical issue. Troubleshooting is underway, and we will keep you posted. You know, Abby, one of the cool things about working at ULA and the launch provider in general is the ability to interface with so many different disciplines. You know, one day you could be working with a thermodynamics engineer, learning about Stefan Boltzmann and radiation, and the next day you could be working with an electrical engineer, you know, learning Maxwell's equations and radio frequency and how all that works. It's really an exciting experience.
And even more exciting is the fact that that breadth and depth of knowledge doesn't just stop with our engineering teams. We have very talented technicians and machinists who help build the rocket, along with subcontract administration folks who help procure all the rocket parts. And that's just a small look into the huge team we have all supporting this one launch.
Yeah, and you know, we have such a wide variety of ways of thinking with, you know, our launch headquarters in Denver, prop shop in Pueblo, Colorado, our launch sites both here at the Cape and in Vandenberg in California, and our factory in Decatur, Alabama. Right now, we're taking a live look at the Atlas V rocket on the launch pad. As the countdown continues, our team is taking the final steps in preparation for liftoff. The first stage, also known as the rocket's booster stage, is that bottom half of the vehicle that by volume is mostly comprised of two large tanks. The top one is filled with liquid oxygen and the bottom one filled with RP-1 fuel. Liquid oxygen is a super cold propellant, so that coldness forms a thin layer of ice around the outside that gives that tank its frosty white appearance.
Atlas is also equipped with the Centaur upper stage, which drives the payload during the second phase of flight to its final orbital destination in space. The payload fairing, or PLF, completes the rocket and provides the aerodynamic shape necessary for the climb to space. On the upper stage in PLF, we'll see logos for Viasat, Atlas, and ULA, as well as the American flag. Well, looking at that beautiful rocket on the pad, I just can't help but take notice of that booster.
Yeah, and one of the things our viewers over the years may have noticed watching Atlas is a large external tube that runs along the outside of roughly the bottom half of the booster. And they may be wondering what that is and why they haven't seen that on other vehicles like on Vulcan before. And the answer to that question actually lies in temperature. You see, that's the liquid oxygen propellant feed line that carries oxygen directly from the top tank to the engines. The thing is, liquid oxygen wants to stay super cold because it boils at minus 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oxygen is also the 8th element on the periodic table, which also means it has a lot of kinetic energy, so it naturally wants to be a gas at room temperature. To slow those molecules down, we apply that cold temperature, but then also a little bit of pressure to keep it a liquid.
Yeah, and RP-1, our other fuel, on the other hand, is like you and me. It's happy just lounging around at room temperature. So if those two propellants get too close, the RP-1 will want to freeze and the liquid oxygen will want to boil and evaporate. So the external feed line is a solution that helps solve that problem. After liftoff, ULA's Atlas V rocket will fly southeast from Space Launch Complex 41. Here's a look at today's flight.
Help deliver fast, reliable internet to rural communities.
This is Atlas Mission Control at L-9 minutes and 23 seconds. On your screen right now, you're seeing our flight configuration key for today's launch. We have the AV551. The AV stands for Atlas V. The first 5 is for a payload fairing size, which is a 5-meter payload fairing. The middle 5 is for the number of solid rocket boosters, which is fully loaded today at 5. And lastly, we have a 1 for our singular Centaur engine. Now that we've seen the flight plan and learned about the configuration, viewers watching the launch from Florida and parts of the Southeast may be able to see our Atlas rocket in flight. To get a closer look at the visibility map, check out @ULA Launch on social media.
As we approach the opening of our launch window, let's have a look at the weather forecast our launch team just received from Space Launch Delta 45's weather officer, Brian Belson.
Today's forecast for launch is looking good. The probability of violating launch constraints is less than 5%. The ground winds are 3 to 6 knots. The wind direction is east-northeast. The temperature outside is 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and there are no concerns.
L-8 minutes.
And for the team on net 1, we will not be taking the LC switch to ready.
We remain in the planned 30-minute hold as we continue towards liftoff. In a few moments, ULA launch conductor Ed Kidda will poll the team for the final go to pick up the countdown. The launch conductor manages the launch team during the countdown, ensuring that all systems are performing nominally and that every member of the team is following their procedure and executing per the planned timeline.
28 engineers are polled to confirm the rocket is ready to proceed. This is a final status check for all Atlas vehicle systems, ground systems, the payload, and the United States Space Force Eastern Range. Let's listen in as he performs the poll. This is Atlas Mission Control at L-5 minutes and 23 seconds. We are currently not hearing a pulse because the team is working an issue. Thankfully, our launch window tonight extends 44 minutes, and we will keep on listening in for updates.
As the clock hits 4 minutes here, we are continuing to hold as the team works through this technical issue. We will let you know as we learn more.
This is Atlas Mission Control at L-4 minutes and holding. Earlier in today's broadcast, you may have heard the launch team referring to the range being green. For context, the range, or the Eastern Range, refers to a designated area extending from Florida throughout the southern Atlantic Ocean. The range, operated by the United States Space Force, supports rocket launches from the east coast of the United States. This area is considered and reported to the launch team as green when the flight path is clear of boats or aircraft. In addition to keeping the public safe, the range supports launch providers with communications and telemetry, as well as rocket tracking when in flight and weather forecasting.
Payload itself is designed and manufactured by Viasat, while the satellite is manufactured by Boeing. A lot of people get confused sometimes when they hear payload versus satellite and wonder, what the difference is between those two. The payload is the thing that's actually performing an objective in space. So for example, it's what's providing satellite internet. But the satellite is the thing that provides the payload everything it needs to perform its job, like electricity. So we have these large solar arrays that generate more than 25 kilowatts of power with 144 feet worth of wingspan, so giant, massive solar arrays to provide that power for that exceptional downlink speed, upwards of 100 megabytes per second. The body of the spacecraft is 24 feet in length to give you a size for scale. And the mass of that payload is actually 6 metric tons for the satellite. So that's going to be probably one of the heaviest spacecraft Atlas has ever launched to GTO.
Viasat is pioneering global technology company, helping transform the world through connectivity. Viasat helps businesses, governments, and communities solve their most demanding connectivity and communication challenges and turn them into strategic advantages. Viasat is creating one of the world's most advanced multi-orbit communication networks to power high-quality, reliable, secure, affordable, fast connections to positively impact people's lives anywhere they are, on the ground, in the air, or sea, all while building a sustainable future in space. The Viasat 3 satellite constellation is an important part of Viasat's global multi-orbit network, designed to add significant capacity that is secure, reliable, and highly flexible. The Viasat 3 constellation is planned to be 3 Ka-band satellites. Each is designed to steer capacity between beams to deliver bandwidth when and where it's needed most, which is important to meet the needs of aviation, maritime, defense, and home internet customers, where the location of high-demand hotspots can change over the course of the day.
This is Atlas Mission Control. Engineers at Cape Canaveral and ULA's Design Center in Denver are working together to develop options to potentially solve this issue for launch tonight. Our launch opportunity remains available through 11:08 p.m. Eastern. This is Atlas Mission Control at L-4 minutes and holding. The ULA team recently launched the first national security mission to ride atop our new Vulcan rocket. Let's take a look at liftoff of this milestone launch.
Permission to launch. Proceeding with the count. Rock, report range status. Range green. Go Vulcan. Go Centaur. Go SF-106.
Liftoff of United Launch Alliance Vulcan rocket carrying USSF-106 from the United States Space Force, continuing ULA's soaring legacy in national security space launch with the innovative Vulcan rocket.
Mach 1, Vulcan supersonic. Vehicle's traveling at 1,500 miles per hour, right down the center of the range track. Good indication of SOB separation.
This is Atlas Mission Control at L-4 minutes in holding. While we wait for an update from the team, let's take a look and learn more about Viasat.
Viasat Amara takes everything that we were doing as Inmarsat and brings it into the Viasat roadmap of everything we're doing in terms of offering a multi-orbit, multi-network service, coupled with digital product, coupled with monetization, coupled with guaranteed SLAs, everything all together.
So Viasat Amara is really sort of taking what we've been doing for the last 12 years in market and taking that reliability and that brand promise and extending it well into the future.
So in the aviation market, our approach to multi-orbit, multi-network is combining Viasat Amara with the new Viasat Era terminal. This allows us to combine the best of both GEO and LEO into one solution and really deliver to the passenger experience.
Along the way, we bring on Telesat, and what Telesat does is it allows you to have a multi-orbit offering so that you can use GEOs, you can use LEOs. What Viasat Era does is take that up another notch by being able to do that simultaneously.
What does simultaneous mean? It means I can get the benefits of GEO with the lowest unit production cost, the highest demand density, coupled with an overlay of low latency applications like, say, first-person gaming.
It doesn't matter if I'm scrolling TikTok, watching Netflix. The experience feels natural and contiguous to the customer while we're in the background making packet by packet, moment by moment decisions on how to route that customer's traffic over the best available link to meet that demand.
This is big. Viasat Amara was really unlocking our next era of global connectivity. All of our global customers have been wanting that for their global airlines, and it's coming together. So it's really exciting.
Let's take a look a little deeper into more about Viasat.
This is Atlas Mission Control at L-4 minutes and holding. We continue to hold the countdown at T-4 minutes while the team is working on an issue that needs to be resolved before we can proceed with the launch. We'll keep you updated as we learn more.
LC, RLN on 1. Go ahead. Okay, picked up another OTC, line item 25. Control booster, locks, Delta P. Roger.
This is Atlas Mission Control at L-4 minutes and holding. Earlier today, our team went out and got this beautiful image of the moon tonight, which some might know is a full moon, but not just any full moon, a supermoon.
And fun fact, this supermoon is actually referred to as a beaver moon, and that term actually comes from the fact that it coincides with the time in the winter that beavers want to, hunker down and settle down in their lodging.
The term supermoon was actually coined in 1979, so it's relatively new, and it just means that the moon can be up to 14% larger tonight than an average full moon. And I believe this one is actually the brightest of the year.
here are some things you may not know about Viasat. The Viasat 3 constellation is expected to expand and enhance Viasat's Amara in-flight connectivity solution, helping airlines deliver next-level experiences that improve the passenger experience and drive new lines of revenue. For business aviation, it is expected to further elevate Viasat's JetXP solution for an even greater standard of seamless, high-performance connectivity from takeoff to touchdown.
Viasat 3 also offers a clear upgrade path for our maritime customers as a part of NexusWave fully managed bonded connection service. This next generation ultra-high capacity, ultra-high speed is designed to significantly enhance the office-like and home-like internet experience on board vessels.
Viasat 3 is also the next generation of commercial SATCOM reimagined for modern mission advantage, delivering high throughput, flexible satellite connectivity that can exceed performance, security, and resiliency requirements for our government partners across land, sea, air, and space.
The Viasat 3 constellation will help deliver fast, reliable internet to more homes and small businesses in rural communities and around the world.
LC flight control.
Go ahead.
I was notified by SYS that we got a contingency address load. Would you like me to go ahead and load that?
Negative.
Copy.
LC, LD, now 1.
LC.
Yes, sir. We are declaring a scrub for today's operations. Please configure for 24-hour recycle.
Roger. SD, LC on 1.
this time we can go ahead and take the spacecraft back to external power.
Roger.
Flight control LC.
Go ahead.
But this time we're picking up in operation 90, step 20, terminate option 910 and reset 910 flags.
Roger.
This is Atlas Mission Control. It is confirmed that we will not continue with the Atlas V Viasat 3 F2 launch activities this evening. We have a 24-hour recycle. Our next launch attempt will be tomorrow at 10:16 p.m. Eastern. For up-to-date information, visit ulalaunch.com. I'm Abby Couture. Thanks for joining us.